Who came to kiss and love? Not me. Who came to beat it up? Rocky. And don't use those hands to put up that gate and stop me.
Hey guys, so Jenny here.
Hi, Bree.
And today we're going to be doing stories about people in retail. So we're gonna start with my stories. So my second day in retail, I just turned 18 and I started working in retail. And I had this lady come up to my register, you know, it's a normal day. So she puts a case of water on the belt. And she was like, "Can you put this in a bag for me?" And I look at her like, if I put that in a bag, it's gonna break. She's like, "That's okay." So she gets halfway to the door, and the bag busts. And she got so mad and turned around and started yelling at me. So that was my story. It was my second day at work too. So you know, I'm standing there like, what do I do? You know.
Okay. So I used to work at Big Lots. It's a nice store though, but can't see. I feel like the worst experience was like this guy stole a box of Pop-Tarts and then he put the box like underneath of like his shirt. So he went in with like flat chested. He came out 2 boobs and a half a belly. Like really, man? And he tried to tell me he didn't steal. Like, my man, you think you're pregnant? Like 5 months pregnant? Like, I'm not seeing stuff. And then he tried to have the whole argument with me, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, just keep the fucking Pop-Tarts. And then like he had it in like his pants too. Like, I don't even want them no more. I don't know where your dick is dead.
So another experience I've had. So I work at Walmart. So anyone who shops at Walmart knows it's the #1 place to steal from. So we get a lot of thieves in Walmart. So we had this guy. It was back in July of 2018. We had this guy come in, and he had a suitcase. And you know how you can tell when a suitcase is empty and when it's full? So he came in with an empty suitcase. We all seen him come in. We all look at him like, why is he bringing a suitcase? And then we brushed it off because maybe we thought it's summer, you know, maybe he's coming back from vacation, needs to grab some stuff. So the store manager, right? He's walking around. You know, this is our day. This is one of the days that the store manager walks around and supervises everybody and starts judging them. Well, he just so happens to be walking around this day. And he saw the guy putting electronics in the suitcase.
It's like the biggest thing.
So the store manager approached the dude. He was like, "Hey, do you need any help? Because you know, when we're getting stole from, you have to approach the people and try to like scare them. I guess they think we're doing, and try and get them to put everything back." Well, we did it, and he's like, "No, I'm fine." So my store manager kept an eye on him. He told everybody over the walkie that, you know, there's someone in electronics stealing, but he used the code, so like customers can hear the walkie, you know, so we didn't want nobody to know. So everybody in the store was looking out for this guy. He just like kind of vanished in the store. Like there's only one way in and one way out of my store. So he kind of vanished. So at this point we have AP looking for this dude. We have the store manager, the assistant managers. We had everybody looking for him. The man's in clothes. Stealing socks. Okay? Stealing socks.
Probably a homeless guy.
So he's bold, okay? So he goes through the registers, right? And mind you, everything's in the suitcase. So the store managers and the store assistants and the AP people, they all stop him at the door. They're like, "Do you have anything in the suitcase?" He's like, "Yeah." They were like, "Well, do you have a receipt for everything you have in the suitcase?" He was like, "No." So they were like, "Well, we need to check your suitcase." So at this point, they opened the suitcase, and everything falls out. So he had 3 Xbox controllers. He had a bunch of games. He had socks in there. So, like, it was bad. Like, it was really bad. And then he, like, it was like, oh, I don't know how none of that got in there. And we're all just looking like...
In your own suitcase? Really?
We're just like, what? So, they took him in the little room they have, and they called the police, and he never came out of that room. So, I'm assuming they sent him out the back way. I don't know. I've never heard anything else about that.
Okay. Okay, well, this is something I cannot stand. People will come in big lots assuming we have things in the back. Listen, what we have out is what we have out. If there's nothing, we do not. I'm trying to tell you now. If big lots in the back, there is no extra product. There's no extra mooshu or peanuts. We have none. We're lying to you. And also, what else I did? Oh, I remember one time. Oh, so I had to look at returns like the first time, and like I actually gave her the wrong credit card. Like she gave me her credit card, but then I gave her back somebody else's credit card. Yeah, I fucked up really bad.
So something I've done, like I've really messed up on. So if you have somebody you know, or you have something to do with DSS, you know you guys get these checks. And there's only certain amounts on each check. So I had a customer come in with 2 checks. They were like $300 some dollars. Well, as I'm putting the checks in, I accidentally put in the entire amount, which was like $800. So they walked out with not only like $200 worth of stuff that they didn't pay for, but they walked out with the check that I didn't put through. So we got, yeah, it was bad. Like, I did what my manager told me to do, though. Like, it wasn't like I just stupidly gave them the check. My manager was like, give them back that check and let them leave. So I did what I was told. Like,
yeah, that's how it is. Like, one time at Payway, which is an Asian restaurant, you should go there in Columbia or Owens Mills. They closed down one in Nut Valley and Towson. So sad. People would call on the phone and have like a strong accent. I would like fuck their order up so hard. I'm like, you asked for a soup or a salad? I would just mess it all up, like literally. So that was my fault. People out there order Payway food. I'm so sorry to you. I fucked your order up. I'm so sorry. But now I work at Pie 5, where I make nice pizzas and don't burn them.
So another story I have, we had this guy come in, and he is known to complain. Okay, he complains, reports people. Like, he is known for that. Like, he's banned from my store at the moment. But that's another story. So he came in, and so at this time we were in the middle of a remodel. So, you know, everything was everywhere. Nothing could be found. So he came in complaining about everything being everywhere. So this particular day we were really short-staffed in Walmart, and we didn't have coverage. So at the time, the guy that stocks the food was on break. Well, he came complaining to one of the managers that there was eggs broken in the little freezer thing. So we were like, okay, we'll handle it. So he comes back 2 minutes later. He was like, why is nothing being done? And we're all looking like, do we get smart? Do we just tell him we're handling it? We didn't know how to react to that. So we call the store manager up, and we're like, listen, this guy's causing conflict. We don't know how to deal with it. So he cussed everybody out, and he got banned from the store. So
he deserved it.
Yesterday. This was yesterday.
Oh,
okay?
When you came back?
I was in Rural Farms. And I'm getting me hot chocolate. And I overheard this guy, voice sounding real familiar, you know. I hear him yelling at the store manager of Rural Farms. mind you, if you live in Harford County, you know the row farms that just got built, that just got finished being built. And so I was in there getting chocolate milk. I mean, you know, they're giving away free coffee and all. So I look around, like, trying to figure out where this is coming from. And I see him. I'm like, I know him. So he's yelling, and he's like, he's throwing a fit, talking about he shouldn't have paid that much money for the things in Royal Farms and all types of stuff. I'm
sorry, sir. We make the prices and you buy it. You wanted that, didn't you? Bet. Okay.
So I approached the manager after he walks out the first time. And I'm like, look, he's known for that. Don't feel some type of way. It's not your fault. Like, I work at Walmart. I told her, I was like, this is what happened in Walmart. And I told her what happened. She's like, okay, thank you for telling me. So he comes back in 5 minutes later. Starts yelling and getting in the store manager's face. So, me being me, I'm like, look, you need to take a step back, get out of her face. You're a male, she's a female, you don't need to be in her face like that. You can talk civilly to her from a distance. So, he left out, and I left like 5 minutes later. I wanted to stay and make sure he didn't come back in after that, but if he went back, I don't know. He is a real problem person. He likes starting conflict.
Maybe he just needs to be put in a little bubble by himself and live alone. Maybe he's a loner, like low key. Why is he mad about everything? Maybe his life just sucks. Like,
oh, and for those of you who don't know, clearly we don't do videos together all the time, but this is our first video together.
I kind of like go to college now. So.
And I'm kind of still in high school, so we don't really have time to do one together, but I kind of convinced her to come down this weekend.
I had no plans. Oh,
this is what happens when you live life surrounding school and work. You don't have no life.
Yeah, you don't. I have time to do everything, so.
Yeah. But we hope you enjoyed the video.
Please like and subscribe. I'll put my Instagram in the comments. Please go follow me. I have so go follow me. I post bomb ass selfies, so.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Who came to kiss and not me? Who came to beat it up? Rocky. And don't use those hands to put up that gate and stop me.